There is no woke party. I mean, I think this is a politically complicated argument to make as a message, Amy. I mean, you have to convince the country that there's woke people who assemble and gather and run woke. I mean, that's not reality. Joe Biden spent the weekend talking to Kevin McCarthy. I mean, what is this about?
Well, wokeism isn't a thing. And to bring it into the light of somehow the military is too woke, it's really a shame that we have a presidential candidate that's doing this. You know, it actually hurts our military. You know, diversity and inclusion efforts have been going on for the past 30 plus years. I am a product, as somebody who has been a fighter pilot as a woman, I am a product of these efforts. You know, what these guys want to do is they want to go back to, pre-1990 when women couldn't do some of these jobs in the military. I mean, it's crazy, and it actually hurts us because you know what? Our military exists to fight and win the nation's wars, and we should have the best people in those positions. And we got to be able to go out and recruit from everybody, from all walks of life. And that's what these efforts that the Pentagon is doing and have been doing for years. That's what they're doing. And to bash that, it's really just crazy on DeSantis' part.
And it's not without real targets of their ire. They rail against Chairman Milley. They rail against Secretary Austin. They smear them and malign them. And when Chairman Milley's crime, I think, is that he testified under oath that he would like to understand white rage. Done. That's what they're mad at him about. I'm not even clear on what the smear against Secretary Austin is about, but it does represent a new brazenness in terms of being willing and eager to smear military leaders. Amy, why do you think that they're cheered on by the echo chamber on the right?
Well, I think it plays to their base. They have to create, they want to create chaos. But here's the thing. This is reason number 121 as to why the Republican Party is no longer the party of national security. When you have one senator holding up 200 nominations for high-level posts that I know you're going to talk about, when you have a Republican Party that is okay with their members cheering on people who have released classified information to the public, hurting our national security, when you have the right wing cheering on right-wing folks who are like the airmen, the Air National Guardsmen, who, released this classified information, you are not the party of national security anymore. And this, again, is another example of that. And I think it's going to hurt them in the long run. Where to start? So, first of all, I mean, no, this thing just, it drives me crazy because, first of all, take out the national security implications of the 200 positions that he's holding up. Just take that out for a minute and think about what Senator Tuberville wants to happen. In the military, when you are deployed to, say, a third world country or in combat, and if you're a woman in the military and you're sexually assaulted, the military will fly you, take you to a base, but whether it's back in the United States or somewhere else where you can get the reproductive health care that you deserve if you're sexually assaulted. Right now, in the United States of America, we have states like Alabama, Mississippi, my state of Kentucky, for example, Texas, where if this happens to a woman in the military on base in that area, the military will then take you, transport you, temporarily to a place where you can get reproductive health care in a state where it's legal. That is what the military policy is. This is not radical. And what Senator Tuberville is doing is trying to impose his right-wing ideological views on the military, just trying to take care of its people. I mean, it is absolutely incredible. And again, it's why the Republican Party is not the party of national security anymore. They just don't care, and they're not doing anything about it. Well, look, in modern warfare, I think this just shows you that there is no place that is immune from attacks from drones. And also, if you're the Ukrainians, tactics sort of 101, and I know Jeremy and Paul know this, being in the CIA and in the Army, you don't always want to be defensive. You want to go on the offensive. I mean, look, if you're going to stop, wouldn't you rather stop missiles coming at you, instead of just stopping them from coming at you from the air, which our Patriot missile system does, wouldn't you want to get them their weapon systems on the ground before they can fire? So you need offensive weapons to be able to do that. And likewise, when you attack, if this is a Ukrainian attack into the Russian capital, look, you're going after the hearts and minds of the Russian people too. It's a psychology thing. And that's important in warfare too. So you can't blame them. And this is as much defensive as it is offense.